Today, I'm going to start with a pre-submitted question. How much would you price your DIY and DFY services ballpark? I don't have a niche yet. I saw a similar post and I've seen several posts just like this in the HighLevel group. And I'm not sure exactly where some of this information is coming from. However, I want to get a clear landscape on why the question by itself is flawed. Starting yourself out is positioning yourself to lose. So let's think about all of the local niches that we serve collectively. I'm in the chiropractic niche. I know Jeremy was in pest control, that we've got people in the insurance niche, real estate, yada, yada, yada. We've got a whole bunch of niches here. The question here is if I can make a business $5,000 on one transaction, and then I can make a second business $10,000 on one transaction, does it make sense that I would charge them the same? Unmute yourself. Okay, we got Vernon is nodding no. Okay, Rick's nodding no. The very nature of your niche is the foundation for every part of your business that you are confused about. If you are confused about pricing, it's because you don't have a niche. You don't understand your niche. If you're confused on your offer, you don't have a niche. You don't understand your niche. If you're confused on anything in your agency, if right now you don't have a very clear picture of the value that you're bringing to an assembled group of like people, then all of these things are going to be very hard for you. And what most people do is they go in this constant loop, this constant cycle of losing until they figure this one thing out. And all of a sudden, it's like the rest of the dominoes start to fall. Most agencies that figure it out are dealing with problems like, how do I onboard more seamlessly? How do I offer better customer support? How do I do these things? Those are the right problems to struggle with, by the way, because those problems are complicated. These other ones are incredibly simple, so long as you push over the first domino. And the first domino is what? The riches are in the niches. You got to have a niche. And by the way, a niche is not a category of people. Real estate agents, that is not a niche. Insurance agents, that is not a niche. Those are not niches. Those are categories. If you find yourself competing with a ton of people and you're just getting started in the agency business and you're trying to compete at the category level, good luck. You don't have the proof. You don't have the case studies. You don't have the word of mouth. You don't have the brand. You don't have any of those things. Now, if you have those things, you can compete at a category. But if you don't, you can only compete on value. And value comes from solving a specialized problem, like a very specific problem. I think that if I'm going back to the very beginning of this example, if I can give one business $5,000 worth of value with a single transaction and $10,000 worth of value with a single transaction, if I price my services too low, what can happen is I can devalue what I'm delivering to them. Those who pay attention. Those who pay will stay. If you give the you know, in the Bible, that phrase, you don't throw your pearls before the swine, that is a human psychology. That's a thing right here. If you give something amazing to people, they won't value it. One of my biggest problems, and I've kind of come to grips with it, one of my biggest problems is that I give Lead Gen University away for free. There is more value in that 10 hours than any other course on Facebook ads on the internet. And I believe that firmly. Why? Because I curated it down from 40 hours to 10. Do you know how much hard work it took me to say, well, I could make all of you guys sit through 40 hours of educational content, or I could sit, put my thinking cap on, and really do all of the hard thinking so you didn't have to. None of you saw me doing that. None of you saw me creating value for you. Do you understand? Does that make sense? But that is the work. That is what must be done. That is the extra mile. That is where the value comes from. If you can create value, you better get paid for it.